In photography, zoom once referred to using a zoom lens to change the apparent distance between the camera and the subject. But with the introduction of digital technology, the concept of zoom has become a little more complicated. If you are looking for the best zoom camera, here is a collection you have got to see. Let's get started. Number 1. Panasonic Lumix FZ300 Long Zoom Digital Camera. Super zoom cameras like the Panasonic Lumix DMC FZ300 are attractive options for photographers who want the versatility of a very long zoom range along with the ergonomics of an SLR, but don't want to carry an interchangeable lens camera and a few lenses. The FZ300 takes its design cues from SLRs. It covers a 25 to 600 mm range without sacrificing any light gathering capability as it zooms. That said, there are still reasons to choose the FZ300 over either the G3X or the FZ1000. While the G3X matches it in zoom range and betters the FZ300 in image quality, it omits an EVF, doesn't focus as quickly, doesn't support 4K video capture, and is significantly more expensive. Number 2. Panasonic Lumix GH6 Mirrorless Micro Camera. The mirrorless filmmaking world may have become more focused on full-frame cameras since Panasonic's GH Lumix series emerged, but the GH6 shows that there's still life in the Micro Four Thirds sensor format. All of the above applies with the GH6, and its thoughtful design, superb handling and the sheer wealth of video options on offer make it a tool that'll suit all but the most demanding of mirrorless movie makers. The GH6 body shape is immediately familiar. It's that well-worn, DSLR-inspired design used by most of Panasonic's Lumix G series. There's a truly mind-boggling level of customizability to the video here. We were impressed by the GH5i's wealth of formats, resolutions and frame rates, but the GH6 takes things to even greater heights. Number 3. Panasonic Lumix G85 4K Digital Camera. The Panasonic G85 is Panasonic's latest DSLR-style mid-range mirrorless camera, and it offers numerous high-end features, borrowing quite a few from the earlier GH4 flagship model. The G85 gains some notable upgrades, particularly regarding the camera body and 4K video, yet without abandoning the mid-range price point of its predecessor. Very good image quality. Very good high ISO performance and dynamic range. Fast and accurate autofocus. Excellent 4K video recording quality and features. And speaking of better image quality, it's not only the G85's new sensor and image processor that help it capture sharper, more detailed images but also the camera's improved shutter mechanism and brand new dual IS2 stabilization technology. Number 4. Panasonic Lumix ZS200 4K Digital Camera. We loved the idea of the Panasonic Lumix DC ZS100, a premium pocket camera with a long zoom lens and a large 1-inch sensor. Its lens was a disappointment, however, delivering so-so results when zoomed in. That means it should net better quality images, assuming its lens is up to the task. This means the camera will be able to keep the ISO, a measure of the sensor sensitivity to light, which is variable with a digital camera, low when shooting in bright light, but it will need to up that sensitivity in dim conditions. Panasonic makes some of the most popular cameras for videographers, so it's not surprising that the ZS200 has solid video chops. It shoots at 4K at up to 30 fps, 24 fps is also supported, and 1080p at up to 120 fps. Number 5. Panasonic Lumix GH5 4K Digital Camera. While the last couple of GH series cameras have felt a little like video cameras masquerading as stills camera, the Panasonic Lumix GH5 is a much more rounded piece of kit. It's certainly one of the best 4K camera solutions out there, if not the best, before you start considering dedicated professional video cameras, and that video capability is backed up by a great set of features for the stills photographer. Finally, there's built-in Wi-Fi and NFC, as well as a low-energy Bluetooth connection that establishes a permanent connection between the camera and your smart device for easy transfer of images. That's certainly a comprehensive video spec, but Panasonic is also planning to introduce a number of firmware updates over the coming months to bolster the GH5's recording capabilities even further.